So I think it's good to get started. How many of you are building agent for the first time? Or if you have built quite a few agents, or in case you're really pro at this, do let me know. I will take the pace accordingly. And if my pace matches yours, please feel free to go along with me in this case. And if you want to pace it up, I have shared the instruction set, all of the tools that I'm going to use to build the agent that we are going to build today. So yeah, you can just follow your pace and just build the agent. That is also perfectly fine. All right. I can see. Great. All right. Let's get going. So I will quickly share like the guide. So before we move ahead, I have a quick announcement and a very happy one at that. So yesterday we launched our agentic platform on Product Hunt, and if you are on Product Hunt, please do the upvote and maybe lay out some comments. If you have explored our platform already, that will be great. Let me also share this link with you. Just a minute. Okay, I have shared it in the chat. So yeah, feel free to drop a vote and let us know how was your experience with our platform. And if you really like a feature, please do tell us so that we can, further keep bringing such great features into our platform. All right. So today we will be building an agent for travel concierge. This agent mostly caters to the travel agencies. So I will lay out a few assumptions that I'm making in the session is that maybe you're joining from like you have your own travel agency, or you work with them, or maybe you're just looking here to like build your first agent, or add agent to your already long list. Whichever is the case, I hope that you find this workshop useful. And since it's a workshop, we do request you, and it's the best fit if you could also like follow along. Apart from that, quick in 1 second. Sharing. So in case you still haven't signed up, if you want to follow along and build your agent on our platform, you would first need to sign up. And once you sign up, you'll get credits worth of $5, which will get you around 2,500 credits, which is, trust me, more than enough to build and explore different use cases for agents. And once you have signed up, just launch the builder and you're good to go and start building. Right, it's a quick intro about me. So I am Aharna Haq. I'm the developer advocate at Drona HQ, and I mostly build agents. And yeah, and I write content pieces and shoot videos around them. So that's mostly about it. If you have built any agents, or maybe are thinking of a use case in mind, do let me know. I'll be glad to brainstorm over that, and we can build it together. Perfect. This is a quick intro on what Drona HQ does, and yeah. Next, before we dive into the whole, building part, I would like to talk about some of the core components and core concepts that you should be knowing before, you start building agents, because those are the terms that I'm going to throw around, and yeah, let's get it going. So first we have the instruction, right? So a strong instruction set really defines your agent on its purpose, the agent should be doing, what are its tasks, what are the steps it's going to follow, your whole workflow of the agent, the instruction defines, right? Next is tools. So if, let's say your agent is like a human, then tools are like its hands. Tools help the agent connect with the necessary kind of sources to get your task done, right? So tools can include third party tools like Gmail, Slack, Workday, Zoho, or even inbuilt skills like, let's say, web search, calculator, URL parser, and all of the other things. And if you've been around Dona HQ and have built a few of the applications before in our low-code platform, then you already might be knowing about connectors. So connectors mostly include like databases and APIs, which you can also connect with your agent, right? So that really gets helpful if you already have applications on a platform. Third is the knowledge base. Now, knowledge base are mostly the external sources, usually very large in size and multiple in number. And, you know, it is so the agent visits and fetches all of the information, the right kind of information from the knowledge base to have its response grounded in facts and deliver all of these accurately. So knowledge base can include external data, databases, long PDFs of 100,000 pages, or any of the documents, right? Okay, next is guardrails. Guardrails is what sets the agent on a track and doesn't let it derail. Okay, so for example, if you have a customer support agent, you wouldn't want that agent to engage in political issues or any other queries which are not customer support related, right? So guardrails really sets that kind of definition for the agent. This becomes really important when you are running production ready agents to define its track. Now, the next part is the triggers. So triggers mostly, kind of deals with the how the agent will get triggered. It can get triggered when it receives a mail, or it can get triggered when you create a ticket on Zendesk, or it can get triggered by the normal process, which we will be doing today, which is getting enabled from the chat or playground. And finally, we have the LLM, which is like the brain for the agent. We have different LLMs providers like OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini. So you can connect to any of these LLMs, provide your agent with the brain to do and carry out all of the tasks very intelligently, right? And next, we have the agent template right over here, what kind of agent we are going to build today. And I have also listed down a few tools that you can note from here. And finally, once you're done with the agent, you just test your agent and finally publish to share it with your team or embed it within your website. And number 8 is to share it with the public. So you can just go ahead and post it on LinkedIn, and that is really noteworthy on your learnings of your building agent, right? Okay. Now, just for today, I have created a document for the instruction set. So I hope that it is accessible to you as well. In case it's not, do let me know so that I can reshare the link. And perfect. So I think it's good time. Now, before we start with hands-on development, there's one thing, right? Before we build anything, let's say you already have a travel agency workflow, you are already embedded within that workflow. So why would you need agents? And how would that agent define your role? So right now, or actually previously, when we used to build software traditionally, we were essentially software engineers, right? Software developer engineers, or SDE. But right now, with the agent that is doing our task, it makes us more like software managers. So we will be supervising, intervening through human in loop, or intervening when things escalate, right? And if you equip your agent with the right set of tools, a very strong instruction with the proper security, governance, and guardrails, then your agent could do wonders and really maximize your output. And with that being said, let's get started by building the agent. So I hope that so far it has been clear. If not, within this workshop, please feel free to let me know. wherever you want me to repeat, or maybe take it slow or fast. Completely. Let me know. Yeah, perfect. So before we start building, want to quickly show you what we are going to build. So just give me a quick moment. Okay. Although I have not polished it as much, but I will like to show you what we're going to build today, so that you know this is our end result, and this is how our agent is going to look like. Actually, better than this, but yeah. So at first, once you launch your builder and create a new agent, you will be provided with a blank canvas, and after which I have added my instruction right over here. And within the instruction, I have defined the role and purpose of the agent, and the summary of these steps that the agent is going to take. And I have defined the steps very clearly. Now, the clarity of the agent and the accuracy of the task also depends a lot, to a large extent, on the clarity of the instructions that you provide. If the instruction is ambiguous and vague, then your chances are that the agent won't be able to carry out the task and give you the desired output, right? So for this, I have created yeah. So for this, I have created step one, which is checking if we already provide service in that area, right? So for example, we provide service in Uttarakhand, Mumbai, Pondicherry, Kashmir, Delhi, like that, those places, okay? And based on those places, we have a set of different trips. So we have like 4 days, 3 nights, 5 days, 4 nights, things like that, right? Now people want to travel for different duration of days, different visit different places, would want maybe an adventurous trip or a very relaxing trip or a very spiritual one. So you don't know. And the job of the travel agency is to curate such an itinerary for the customer that suits them, that they would want to do, and curate all of that. And also, once the itinerary is finalized, then book all of those spots, and make sure that the customer goes through no hassle to do any of this. This agent just makes it more personalized, more customized to the user, and within seconds, right? So that you can handle a lot of customer requests in one go. Perfect. Now, once you decide on the place and it is available that we give out service in those places, next is to have a travel discovery. Whether you're traveling with children or old people, whether you're traveling in a group of friends, family, what is the setting, how many days would you like to travel, what's your budget, information like that. And on that, next is to do a knowledge based search. So within the knowledge base, we have formulated the destinations, the number of days, the spots that we're going to visit on each day. And usually the travel agencies also work like that. So all of these information can go into the knowledge base, right? I'll also show you how to attach your knowledge base. And next is step 5 is to curate the most personalized itinerary for the customer. So for example, once you share, just give me one. So, for example, once you share the itinerary, maybe the customer doesn't want to visit some places, right? Maybe the customer wants to add one other spot. Maybe the customer doesn't want to wake up morning one day, right? So, all of these can be curated, and the days can be planned accordingly. And once that is done, if you're traveling with a group, you get offers. If you're traveling in off season, you also get offers, right? So these some components of this traveling is also included. And finally, the agent curates the itinerary that is just perfect for you, and also gives you the discounts, tells you what is the budget, gives you advice on the weather conditions that will be there, gives you a checklist of some packing items, some clothing items that you should definitely carry in order to suit the weather and all of that. And this output is that you can share it with your friends as well, right? So let's say if you're traveling in a group and you would want to share this itinerary with your friends, so the travel agent sends them the itinerary, finalized itinerary over the email. And next is if let's say a customer is really eager to go and has plans of definitely going, this is where the lead generation or lead magnet part comes in. Basically, if the lead is hot, then it is raised to the human support that, hey, this kind of you know uh, this customer is planning this trip very immediately or has plans of definitely going. So in case he wants to escalate or talk to a human, you should be aware, and things like that. And let's say if lead got cold, then it will escalate it to a human, where the human could just follow up with the customer ki, hey, how can I help you further? How can I curate the itinerary further so that it suits your travel plans, your budget, and your dates, right? And finally, these are all also stored into the database. I'm using Google Sheet in this case, but you can use any of the databases you wish. And I have given some failure condition and some success metric. So if you just go through the instruction, it's pretty easy and pretty understandable. Next, so this was one of my conversation while I was testing my agent. So I'm as you can see, I've said I'm planning my next trip to Delhi. So it had like three kind of travel packages available. So I chose the heritage one, and I asked what was in that package, what kind of spots were we visiting. So obviously from the heritage package, you would know that we are revisiting all of the heritage historical sites. So it informed me on which day we are going where. And finally, when I said, okay, great, this really suits what I want to visit, it asked me a couple of questions that I had to answer. And once I answered all of them, it created a quick summary of what I wanted and some ideal durations. So it recommended basically, hey, you can do this for 4 days, 3 nights. All of these spots will be covered very comfortably. And when and where were we going to visit all of these sites? So, for example, in the day-wise itinerary, it said we will arrive in Delhi, settle in the hotel, and in the afternoon we will visit the Red Fort and Jama Masjid, right? So things like that. It really got specific so that the customer really can envision the travel and the itinerary. Okay, and once that is done, it also planned our travel and transport. So it was very transparent and very clear on which of the transport we are going to do. Since we were a group of 6 people, it recommended an SUV. The state type, since I wanted to go not for the premium or a luxury hotels, I wanted to stay in standard budget hotels. So it accommodated accordingly and gave me a few offers as we were traveling in group, sent me a checklist, and sent email to my friends of 6 people, and also saved it in a database. Now, since I was very eager to visit, it also notified the basically agency team that, hey, this lead has come up and she really wants to travel to Delhi. So you might be able to follow up with her in case things go south, right? And within this, it also sent, I'd like to show you the email that it sent. So just give me a quick minute. Okay, so let me show you how the whole itinerary looked like. And the agent really made it easy for the agency to convert a lead very quickly, because often what happens while having the conversation, if it gets really boring or static and buried in forms, the customer or the lead often loses the interest answering all of that irrelevant questions, um, and just stops proceeding. This really makes the businesses face some kind of invisible loss. So yeah, okay. Finally, that my email opened. This was the itinerary for my Delhi trip. So as you can see, a quick trip summary, coverage, what we were going to do, how we were going to travel, the kind of stay, the kind of transport we were going to avail, the kind of packing list that we definitely needed, and a group note, right? So this is how the agent is basically going to work. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you a very interesting thing, of course, is that, so if you might have noticed that it asked me quite a few questions in between about who I was traveling with, what was my group size, my dates, my travel style, daily, uh, you know, uh, kind of, I was traveling with children or I was traveling with elderly, whether I was traveling and want to stay in very luxury hotels and stuff like that. Now, if you count, there are more than, I'd say, 10 questions. Now, it's difficult for a person to, answer all of that questions in one go, right? But just think how easy would have been in order to like just interact with a person, right? Like it really goes on quickly. But think how faster it would be if we had a widget for it. So we had introduced a new feature of widget, and as you can see, it transformed all of the questions into a very clickable and very quick form structure. So you can just choose from all of these options of set your budget range. If you're traveling with children or elderly, just check both of them, and if you have any other specific requirement, just type it in, right? And to make this widget, I just went to the left hand sidebar, selected the widget option, and I made a custom widget for myself. So you already get a few templates that you can just choose from, but I wanted to build a custom widget that really suited the checkbox, the multi checkbox, the range, and all of that structure, right? So you can choose any of these widgets. But if you want to just build custom, you would need these three components essentially. One is the code, the React code for setting up this kind of widget. You can also define the CSS right over here. Next is you would want a JSON schema, and lastly is the default data. And once you're done, just save or publish the widget, and you are good to go and ready to integrate it within your instruction and use it in your agent responses, right? And this is a very quick way to do this so that it makes the process even better for the customer, right? Because all boils down to the customer experience. If the customer experience is good, then the customer responses are also good, and it really helps all over process. Great. Now let's quickly start building. All right. So I hope that so far I was talking so much, you were able to sign up, get to see the instructions for a bit, see the agent also, how it works and all of that. And now it's time to build it. So once you enter the studio, you will land on this admin dashboard, where you can also build agents just by describing it in English language, and that's it. So basically, vibe coding agents. Yeah, that also you can try. But for today and this use case, we will be just building another agent. So just quickly click on add agent, and that'll open a new canvas for you. The first thing you're going to do is name your agent and set a description that helps to set apart from all of your other agents, right? So travel concierge agent, and you can also choose like an icon for this. Just click on this and you'll be able to select the color and the icon that you want. I'm not going ahead with that, so I'm just going to quickly I will keep the model as OpenAI, but you can go with Anthropic or Gemini if you want. We also have other proprietary models. If you want to go for that, we have DeepSeek and go here as well. And once you're done, just head over to the instruction set and just copy paste the instruction. Okay, so once you copy pasted, it should, oh, sorry, it should look something like this. And once you're done copy pasting the instruction, you can also do a preview so that you know how your agent kind of looks like. And this is why I've also written the agent instruction in Markdown so that it's easily scannable for me as well as the agent. The agent basically understands headings, subheadings, pointers, and all of that. Okay. And yeah, once you are done, I have embedded all of the database that you are going to need to build this agent within the instruction itself. So the things that you're going to need is to have a Google Sheet like this, which is basically going to store all of the details of the customer or the lead, right? And the next thing that you're going to need is a knowledge base. So for knowledge base, also let me share this one with you. So I've put it in a doc. So you can just download it as a PDF and attach it as a knowledge base. That will work. So I have shared the knowledge base with you and in the chat, SKB. I hope you've received it. Right. And now that you have the knowledge base as well, we can just go ahead and start building and attaching the tools and the knowledge base. All right. Okay, great. Just share this one. Okay, perfect. Next is we add tools. So for tools, we are first going to add a Gmail, and within the Gmail, we are going to attach send email toolkit. Okay. I hope that so far you are able to follow. If you are having any hiccup, just let me know in the chat and I'm happy to help you. Okay. And from here, you just select send email. Okay. Add this tool. Next is we're going to also attach Slack. And for Slack, you can, if you do not have Slack, you can just skip that portion and just find it on the instruction and delete that section. But if you have Slack and if you have your own channel, What you can do is you can just go ahead on Slack, on any of the channel, or just create a new one and just right click on that channel. You will see the option coming as view channel details, and once you click on that, a tab will kind of open, and at the bottom you'll be able to visit the channel ID. Okay, you just copy paste that ID in place of my channel ID. That will work for you. All right, so within Slack, you just select the send message toolkit. One quick tip I would like to share is that while you're selecting the toolkits, don't just click on Slack. That will select all of the toolkits under it, and there is no point in equipping your agent with toolkits that it is not going to need. It will just result in not using but making the agent really heavy. So you want to keep everything light and minimal. That is the approach you should always follow while building any agent or any kind of framework. All right, so it's going to select send message and add that. And next we are going to select is a Google Sheet where you need to do like batch get sorry, you need to select append values to the spreadsheet and update. So in case your customer or your lead changes or wants some modification in their itinerary midway in the conversation, you would not want to have the old conversation, right? So it kind of updates the information in case the lead wants to. So within Google Sheets, you're just going to select append values and update values. Yeah. So append values and then update values. You find it. Yeah. Update spreadsheet values. Okay. And after that, you will select from inbuilt skills. So from inbuilt skills, you can select web search or Google search if you want. But select any of the search. So I'm going to select web search. Perfect. Okay. So now that we equipped our tools with that, let me quickly show you how you can attach your knowledge base. So knowledge base is basically the external data. It can be like 100 pages long PDFs that you wouldn't want to read, or a really big external database. So you can just add that as knowledge base. For here, I'm just going to upload. I have already created the knowledge base for myself, so I'm going to add that. But let me show you how you can add your own knowledge. So it's pretty easy and intuitive. So just create on new knowledge base, name your knowledge base, and within the knowledge base, you can select files to upload. Or in case if you just want to put it as text, just select that option, copy paste the information, and that's it. So if I just say travel doc and generate the knowledge base. Okay. And from here, you can, either do text. I did files. So basically from here, you just upload the file that you want, give it a minute to get uploaded, and that's it. Okay. And you can force OCR if you are uploading any files that are a little blurry or difficult to read, I'd say. Yeah, but since it's a PDF, very readable PDF, so we're not going to. And that's it. Just add files. That's all. That's all you need to do. But I'm gonna stick with my knowledge base that I had created earlier. So that is travel KB, and add my knowledge base right here. Okay. Within memory, we are also going to select a few features, but let me quickly give you a quick understanding of what memory and which memory to choose in which case, right? So within memory, we have two kinds of memory. One is the long-term memory and another is the short-term memory, right? So long-term memory, within long-term memory, there are again two components of it. So we have the user preferences, which is kind of stored in the long-term memory and shared with any other agent that you build with this account. And it stores user specific details like name, user preferences, past habits, user patterns, and all of that, right? So every agent that you build will be personalized and customized to you. So for example, you tell this agent ki, hey, I am Aharna, and you build the next agent and just greet it as hi. It will respond back to you as hi Aharna, how can I help you, thing like that, right? Or let's say you want you like to take morning meetings and you have taken a couple of morning meetings, so the agent will know that, oh, okay, Ahana likes morning meetings. So from that, for the next time it suggests any slot, any available slot, it will only go for the morning times, right? I hope that was crystal. Next is the agent context. Now, agent context is very agent specific, right? So for the travel agent, you wouldn't want it to engage in customer support queries, right? But for a customer agent, you wouldn't want it to answer travel queries, right? So the agent remembers the context and refrains from the things that you asked it not to talk about. The other part of it is the short-term memory. So you have to understand that long-term memory is shared across sessions and across agents. Okay, but the short-term memory is just shared with the help of context windows and within same sessions of the agent. Right. Within the for the recent context window, the quick and the easiest way to understand is it stores your past responses to the agent to in order to maintain the continuity, right? So let's say in the first message you introduced yourself, but while if you're in the 10th message it forgot who you are. You wouldn't like that in an agent, right? So for that there's the context window, so you can just increase your context window, but that again leads to a lot of token consumption. So there's a quick way around to that. So you can just click on summarize past messages, so that will result in all of the responses being condensed into a quick summary, which the agent can just give me a minute. Okay. So, all right. Sorry for that. Great. So I hope that this was pretty much clear to you. So in this case, we are going to remember user preferences so that the agent remembers each customer. But then we will also kind of decrease the recent context window and just deselect it. Okay. Um, we can also increase the recent context window, because within the session you would want the agent to kind of maintain that kind of continuity, and so that we do not lead a lot of token consumption, we will summarize the past messages. All right. Okay, that's about it. If you're building this to like a full-fledged agent, you would not want to like remember user preferences, because let's say you're Divya and you've wanted like a travel concierge agent, and someone named Sham is again trying to get the same kind of itinerary, so you wouldn't want to like misrecognize people. So right now it doesn't matter. You wouldn't want it in the full-fledged agent, so I'm just gonna turn this off. And okay, because for travel agencies, building itineraries for each person is just a one-time thing, or maybe a two-time if there's like a login system. And in that case, you can have user memory for that particular client, right? So in that case, you have to maintain multiple parallel memories. Okay. Next, we are very close to testing our agent and finalizing all of these details. So now once I open my playground, you can see it's pretty bland, right? So it just says hello, travel concierge agent, and all of that. Now you can spice this up by modifying your chat interface. So if you go head over to chat interface just over the widgets that I told you about, click on that, which will open this modification window where you can, you know, kind of change the style and what the agent says. So let's say for the header icon, I'm going to select, let's say, one of my pictures, and you want this in a dark mode, in the light mode. Okay, you can just choose that, or you can just keep it auto, so it'll adapt to the style that you're already running in. So let's say travel concierge agent, I like that. Hello, we can say where next. Okay, so it poses the question of where are you going? And next is help me get started. And in the ask anything, we can just say planning your next trip. Tell us and we'll get everything done. Okay. And once you do that, you can also collect user feedback and allow file upload. But I don't think file upload is very relevant in this case. So we are just going to opt out of that. And you can also modify these, but so far it looks good to me. So I'm just going to save and publish. And now if I head over to my agent, you'll be able to see all of these changes that we just made. So okay, can you see that our icon got changed, our messaging kind of also got changed? So these kind of small elements also adds up to the customer experience, right? Perfect. Now let's test out our agent. I will take a quick 30-second pause before we test out our agent and then move to the conclusion of this workshop. You all able to follow? Do you have any kind of doubts that I would love to solve? Just let me know in the chat. Okay, perfect. I think we can move ahead. Great. So let's say let's ask the audience where do you want to travel. Um, okay, I can see a few responses with Kashmir. So let's go with, hi, I am planning my next trip to Kashmir. Okay, and just hit enter and then let's see. Okay, so it is asking what kind of trip I would want. So basically the length of the days I'm planning. So let's say I want extended because I want to take a week off, I want to relax and all that. So let's say I am planning for an extended Kashmir trip. And next, it is asking me to provide all of that information. So I'm just gonna quickly copy it and paste it over here. And answer it. So let's say I'm traveling with friends. Number of people is 8. And I want, let's say, local only. I have fixed dates. Okay. So let's say now is April. So we can just go in first week of May. So first week May. Oh, yeah, May. Let's say the budget range is per person is around 25,000. You just keep 20 to 25. Not too much, not too less. 20 to 30. Yeah. Okay. We want a very relaxed trip. And we are early riser, which is not true, but true in this test case. Yeah, no children or elderly are traveling. Okay, we want standard hotels because well. Next, any specific requirements? None. Okay, and then we're going to hit send. So, okay, it understood that we are planning for a week. So ideal duration is 7 days, 6 nights, and that's what we're going to do. And it gave us a day-wise itinerary plan. Perfect, perfect. All right. And it also suggested what kind of commute we are going to take. So we are going to travel in a tempo. Great, lovely. Never had that experience. Stay was very standard. That's what we chose. Perfect. Offers, since we were traveling 8 folks, so we got a group discount. Perfect. It also gave us some advice on how the weather is going to be there at that point when we will be going. Some of the packing checklist. Great. And some of the group notes. Okay. This plan looks good to me. And okay. It's asking whether I want to share it with my group or do the bookings already. So since I wanted to keep this agent right now demo friendly, that's why I have not added the booking part and the travel concierge agent. But what you can do is you can definitely explore that, and you can connect some flight API of Amadeus or Skyscanner, and just quickly build your MCP and connect your MCP with this travel concierge agent so that it can give you some suggested flight options, some suggested other options as well, and start booking your hotels as well. So for that, you can just go on Airbnb, connect the Ready tool, and you'll be good to go. Perfect. So for now, I just want to share this itinerary, which is perfect for me with my group. So share it with my group. Okay. And all right. So it's asking for email addresses of my friends and me so that I share the itinerary. So I'm just going to give my multiple emails. And let's say we are just going to share it with 3 folks. At this point, you can choose your email IDs or your friends' email IDs just to, share it how you built the agent and things like that. Um, all right, this looks good, and I'm going to hit enter. And the next thing is it is going to share the itinerary with me and my other email IDs posing as my friends. All right, perfect. So just a quick, okay. So as you can see, it has shared the extended Kashmir trip. So if I were to show you how the itinerary looks like, just give me a moment while my Gmail loads. This is from my other trip. Um, okay, so this is my Kashmir trip itinerary. Okay, and this is a day by day itinerary. The travel, the transport, the kind of weather that we are going to expect, the kind of budget that we are going to go with, and some insights on what we should pack, what kind of temperature would be there, and all of those components that are heavily involved while building a travel itinerary, right? You wouldn't want to carry just your summer shirts to a very cold and hilly area, right? You'd freeze to death. So yeah, these are some insights that that was shared by the agent in the email. And now if we just head back, as you can also see that, like, just load this. So as you can see that since we were the customer and the lead, it got also saved in our database, which is Google Sheets in this case. But you can go ahead with any of the internal database or existing database that you might already maintain for your travel agency. Okay, it has a few of the details of what kind of travel we are, what kind of lead we are, which is we are hot leads because we are very eager to travel. We have fixed dates in our mind and all of that. And I have also defined a scoring system on how you can score the leads so that you know that there is like transparency between the agent thought process and the team thought process, right? And finally, and I think this step has worked, but I might not have attached my account. So let me quickly check that and just perform this one again. Yeah, I did. So it's necessary that you connect your account to see the results. So right now, I'm just going to ask my agent to send perform the Slack task again, so that I can just show you how it looks like on the team's point of view, right? So perfect. Let me quickly open my Slack up on here. Just give it a minute to open. Okay, so as you can see, loading. Just give it a second to load all of the messages. Perfect. And if I just head over to the Slack channel that I usually use to test out my agents. You can see that we are the hot lead, and these are some description on the lead, right? On the customer that is like just has interacted with the agent. And as you can see, it really took us what 30 minutes to build this agent. And so far the agent has really fast tracked all of the process of, let's say you are interacting with a travel human agents, okay, and 2 hours to plan that single, or more. It can, you know, amount to days of going back and forth, settling what I'm going to visit, what kind of you have, doing all of that, and also as well as booking, right? So further, you can just extend this agent by just connecting it with an MCP that would suggest flights for you. And next, you can also just connect with some ready tools to book all of the flights, your commute, or hotels for that matter. So this can be the agent really fast tracks the whole process for the agency, and that really frees up the time for the teams to focus on more innovative and more business logic, so that all of these repetitive tasks can really go through super quick and super easily. So I hope that this workshop was fruitful of your time and really helpful. And if you are a person from travel agencies or from any other teams, do let me know how this agent really helps you, or how you want to build on some other use case. We can definitely take that up. If you have any further queries, do let me know. My email is aharna@eq.com, and I will tend to your queries, your doubts that you might have regarding the platform, regarding your next agent that you can build super easily. And that's all for today. See you in the next one.